Hello and welcome to this video. Today we are going to take a look at my autopilot project here that I have made. Originally was it created for X-Plane 10, but so far it seems to work okay here in X-Plane 11. And some of you might have noticed that some of the functions, like the altitude and such, might not work in all the aircraft as they might be locked, and that's basically because developers using more and more custom coding here in X-Plane as well. This is the problem that we had in the FSX back in the days, that our hardware, now you got this visual reference, but it could as well have been an hardware unit, and it uses the default codes that is built in the simulator, and that's why it would work in the default aircraft more or less like it is in this particular aircraft that ships with X-Plane 11. As you can see right now, I can adjust the altitude. In a moment I would switch over to an Alabeo aircraft, so you can see where the limitation starts to build up. Because it works, I can use my project in the Alabeo aircraft that I have, and I'm happy about that. I just have to make an adjustment for the altitude by using the knobs in the particular aircraft, because it has a custom coded compared to the stock coding. Alabeo and Coronado has kept up with the default codes as they are in FSX more or less, and that's why some people love the aircraft, because you can go out and buy a hardware unit and it would work with the aircraft more or less. Where if you go into a lot of other complex aircrafts, those things is not working because it's custom coded all of it, and therefore it of course can't know how to operate the given values. That's a very important thing to note. So without further ado, let's switch over to our Alabeo aircraft here that we got up here. And I forgot to set it for engine off. There we go. And then we are back in the Alabeo aircraft. And we're not going to do a full flight or such today, basically because we just want to demonstrate the autopilot project as such. It's pretty easy to operate, even though of course this particular aircraft has its own autopilot panel. Just click here for the text of A, and the X would close it, and set it for GPS by clicking the source, and of course one for the GPS text, and it would switch over. Pretty nice and handy. Then we got the FD, Flight Director, Autopilot Engage, yaw damper, auto throttle. I call this flight level change. Some of you might know. What it actually does is that it would keep an preset airspeed. In this case, you set the RPM of the engine, and it would try to maintain that airspeed by raising or lowering the nose in order to maintain that airspeed until it reaches the given altitude. You can see that I can't adjust the altitude. As I was mentioning, it is only down here for the autopilot in the particular aircraft. So that's the limitation for this particular aircraft. As the other stuff would work. Of course, I haven't been using auto throttle because it's a bit of a cheat, and in this particular aircraft it might not make that much sense to use it, but if you're flying a turboprop and such and really want to optimize your airspeed and such, you can do it. I have done it in the EMB-110, and it works fine. Just note that the aircrafts are not built for it, so you can fry your engines as they just go to full thrust, even though the particular aircraft may not be able to do it. So use it with a bit of caution there, and normally best to operate in the cruise, of course, because that way it would try to tend not to get too hot and such. But that's another story. So let's get the aircraft fired up here for a short circuit around the airport and such, in the area here, because we want to show as much as I can for my project here. We can go up to maximum 4,500. That's basically pretty high for this, but anyway. And let's try to start the engine. Not sure what's going on there. It looks a bit funny. Fire it up. And there we go. Engine is running. I'll silent it a bit. We can do it this way. Then we nearly can't hear the sound of the engine, so I tend not to do that because I really like to hear that engine. So yeah. Some lighting in the panel. For some reason I have to go here in order to move the yoke. You can't do it from over here, then it would just take the yoke here like I wanted to. Yeah, okay, I could do that and then do it. Nevertheless, you got the point there. Okay, but let's get the aircraft out for a spin. Turn all the lights on so we can get it here. There we go. So let's taxi our nice little aircraft here. Okay. That was not my intention to make it dizzy. Basically because it didn't start where I thought it would start, where I left it yesterday evening. But anyway, we're now taxiing out and making a takeoff here. Let's get back into the cockpit and set our nifty little heading back to the wind direction. So, we are taxiing out here. Taxiing isn't that long because the actual runway is here. So, let's just do our taxi here. Get airborne. On Roskilde Airport in Denmark. I forgot to mention that. We are Roskilde Airport. Here we go. Ready for departure. In a second here. Gonna set up the flaps here. Lift up. Nothing. Here we go. The departure here from the tail off because it gives them a nice view. Okay, here we are on the runway. Okay. Good. Cross to 6. Good here, I'll squeeze out the lift there. But as you can see, it really climbs very well. Very well. Very nice climb performance here in the beginning. Really wants to fly. Really adorned. See how rapidly it just climbs down here. Okay. Airborne, so let's get back in the cockpit and turn on the autopilot. As you know, I have blanket it on autopilot. And one thing to note here is, of course, that like in the future with that flight director should go for okay, so let's switch on to heading mode. Now we are in the heading mode and in the flight level change mode. As you can see now the aircraft accelerates because it climbs more and more in order to maintain the like this. So that we're going to fly faster. And remember to put down here in the area when you put tenths at a time or thousandths at a time to make the adjustments quick. Now you can see the speed is rising and it's dropping. Now it's stabilizing, so it's again. Yes, just be careful because in airplanes there isn't any filter as such for the aircraft not to send. So if you see that it tries in some aircraft tries to accelerate, and sometimes it will lower the nose and actually descend again. That's not that optimal. And from what I see, autopilot, I'm not sure that you need autopilot because it's not safe operation. More safe operation to cool it down at 0, but don't descend. That's some clunky things I see here in the front sometimes. Some of them start flying there. A little bit of that thing. Sorry. You can switch on the course 2, but source of course 1 down here, because here we got the source 2, as you can see. Switch course 2. We go again to source 1. That's the important fix for switching the source course. With course 1 and the DPS, you can see here there's no difference from pressing the CPI button. But look at it. And that's because I used the stock code to demonstrate what the GPS is actually seeing at the moment. Okay? Let's get the management of inputs. And as I've been mentioning before, I don't have no hardware other than for throttles, so that's why I can't get the engine set power climb, because in reality we will be scanning, monitoring the momentum, and adjust and now we are at the final heading of button 3, so we are up and within. We can do demonstrates here now. So here directly back to what we walk this out soon. It is to demonstrate the nodes. But it is in fact just like this in some of the keyboard that even though I said it was confused by some of the default stock modes like this at Xplan 10, here in Xplan 11 they have improved the difference. Yes, but again because that's also by the correct values use. Nav mode, yeah, itself, I guess the course and switch on nav mode. You see it is amber, like in reality. Whenever you see one of the values, except from the course 1 and course 2, I probably could make those values unique anyway, because just for a visual reference that is good to see where it's amber, it's what one is. It is clean, more clean. I think it's more clean as well. Perhaps that project because but again, amber means that you know if actually it is orange, just like you would have seen by the white text down here. It would illuminate amber and yellow. So when it is orange, I can show that from first out here. So you can climb 1,000 feet. And this time I will be using vertical speed. Vertical speed is here, and I can put it up. Now climb greater than 1,000 feet, and you can see the altitude. The altitude text indicates the mode that is linked in the aircraft as altitude forward. So the mode actually activates and and the aircraft is not in the boat because we are not at this altitude. That's also what we see in the whole test up I originally had to land at certain distances as such. July. DC is at the back course. If you know about that, in the autopilot, this way up. Is it front part of the airport in Denmark? And some other places, they actually have some back course pilots. So what that actually means is that you would actually be approached, but you would set it to back course, so that even though the signal is sent out opposite direction, it would also send signal for reference the other way, so it captures the difference in those, and it is a bit of a special way of doing and there are other places but switch back to this mode, let us start turn, and then destination here. Yeah, I said that approach mode is what you would do when you want to kind of that outline. But it's got light pad, so that's the other vertical profile, that's very nice. And as I was mentioning, I could switch on the output now, but I have to slow down or to the engine's response to what I said before, or when they go up to 106 knots then, and then just set the throttle to that. I apologize for those quick stops or panning around that thing. I really have some difficulty with my light panel. What else well, you want to send it on the flash. Yeah. See, you have actually the notes here, okay, arm, and if that's not the sentence, there's input no, and here, there's speed set, or I can come here. In fact, I should be using an offset here, and now, as I was mentioning from old, and see I can just press the button opposite. Now it is altitude. Let it capture the altitude that it was at. moment. So, I have built in all the loads as such in order to get it working. However, I have programmed it to get the bottom arm which is like that's just some kind of programming thing, you could say, that I have done here. That was actually to get as many possible add-ons working. Because the next thing there was a lot of ways that even if that actually works. Why I had to try to do some standards that we have known from how we normally objects do them. So this I tried to get the complexity down and make it more easy for actually understand how it works. That's what I like to achieve there. Even though it was a bit of a tricky aspect to do. And now we are just getting back to the boss view here. We took around 1 minute. Send here. Around 2,000 feet. Okay. What I was trying to find here was actually particular runway. No. That's down. I really want to upscale Iris. Information. I just want to use it. Another one. Google. Not much. Anyway. Okay. Then we'll choose one. Then we'll choose one. 108 between 7 and it is a fuel. This and then we can reset for our main approach here. I apologize for that. That was a bit unprofessional. Let's go here and save it. How it all goes. What you can say that might be missing for this particular project, you might guess, was the lock mode, but in fact we got the nav mode with arm now, and we could have worked the same way. Going to 209 degrees, okay. Now it actually sets, and we are fine with the signal section here. How long goes? We've got a fixed point right there. Initial descent. 2,000. We are at 2,000. Okay. Now we are at 5,000. Because we can arm the approach. Such. Now we are too high, so let's try to get that corrected. And we can see that it actually is still armed because it has not captured. Now you see it captured the main approach. However, we are still not aligned with the flight leg here. Try to get it to descend quicker. But again, that is a bit of a challenge because the particular aircraft actually wants to descend quite rapidly in order to do that. And that's not that our descent right now, because we also want to slow down the aircraft. But nevertheless, then already now, here is the warning that we don't have to take it down and all those things. Then we're going to go now. now you actually see the autopilot is actually doing its job, and slowing down now, trying to get down the flaps speed that is acceptable. And you can see my autopilot project works pretty well with the aircraft, and that was also the physics of it, even though I had to do some compromises and figure out what is most important to know, and what would work, or I should say how it would work best by most add-ons. Now I would just switch off the autopilot. The reason for that is just manually to show our capabilities here. Then we got a layer injection. After the layer, even though the wind direction is still the same. So we get the speed buttons. Well, it's a 1 knot sausage. This 13. 14. Now this 12. Okay. So here we go. Doing pretty okay here on the approach. And now I'm going a bit below the light slope, and that's basically to make a very nice smooth landing there and be able to taxi up the runway in a nice manner. There we go. That wasn't that bad, in fact. And then we would do something that might not be that optimal. We would taxi on the other runway, because we then can make a right-hand turn in, and then we are off the runways and close to the main terminal. That would then be pretty much it for this particular flight that I hope you enjoyed, and it was informative about my autopilot project and why it is as it is, and the limitations of it, and what phases I was through when I tried to make the best compromise for an autopilot project. That really makes it a lot easier to operate the autopilot when explained, because we don't have the hardware as we have in reality, and it's just one fact that if you have the hardware, it is faster and easier to operate the particular aircraft. So that's basically why I did as I did, because also one of the main particular things was the altitude wasn't in 100 feet, you may know from the XP10 and such. It was odd digits and such, and I really disliked it, and it took forever to adjust the altitude and also heading and such in some aircraft and such. So I really wanted to make it faster and easier to operate the manipulators, because the only way I could see I could do that was like doing in some autopilots where they have a fast and slow operation. I couldn't program that, sadly, as I did not have the knowledge to do so, because it might be some kind of some timing and such. You need to, if it isn't so and so few seconds still continuing to clicking, then it should be rising. So I figured out to do a click spot down here, and then switch between 10 and 6 digits for the speed, and of course the altitude and the speed is in hundreds and in thousands. But that's some limitations I had to live with there. Yeah, we are now here. And one final thing would be to shut down the aircraft, but I would share the landing with you once more, because I actually think it was a pretty smooth landing, even though you hear the squeezing of the wheels. So here we are, coming for our approach. Looks fine. Centered. That's another story. But pretty much nice movie here. And now we are here at the gate, and we can shut down the engine. I did not want that to shut down the engine before, because I then fear that the engine might not be spinning and it might look a bit odd. So that's basically why I did this way. But now we are arrived here at Roskilde again, and I hope you enjoyed this demonstration video of the project I have done here in the past for X-Plane 10 that is luckily still this moment working in X-Plane 11, and I hope it can continue that way, as it's what I made this for, was to make good use for myself and for others, and that's why I published it. So thank you for watching, and hope to see you again soon. Bye bye.